What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for Astrologaster Part 6. It's been a couple of days since I recorded this, so I don't remember exactly where I left off. So let's just hop on in and see where we are. Okay, recap on our friend Ricardo Ferrara. That's right, we ended on him. The querent did present with symptoms of a tender chest, swollen abdomen, involuntary upward purging, and moodiness. I did tell the querent he was with child, a physical impossibility. But why did the querent tell me he had such symptoms? Methinks the querent took my advice a little ill. So we kind of botched it a little bit. I think his letter of recommendation will probably come last or be the most important because he's totally a doctor in disguise. Yep, see, God's blood, that was a close shave. This guy again.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. Pray tell, did the matter with the, cherries resolve itself in the end?
Aye, indeed. I did tell my friend, Mr. Sprottle, what you said about how my shouting at him was owing to an upset of bile in my spleen. I also did speak to him on the evils of onions. I think he was most interested.
And what may I assist you with this day, Mr. Mugg?
I have the spotted fever. I must begin treatment now, or else I will...
Hold, sir. The spotted fever is exceeding rare. Why would you think you have such a disease?
Well, sir, not only am I covered all over in red spots, I have lately taken to chundering, such as are the very symptoms listed in the medical book I did read. I am already taking the treatment Mr. Cogan prescribes, but now I require...
You mean to say you have read Thomas Cogan's Haven of Health? Why, that is a most technical book, written for doctors and medical students. How did you come to be reading it?
My friend George Sprottle did bind a printing of it in his shop. He kindly let me spy some pages afore 'twas sent up to Cambridge. Oh, but Dr. Foreman, I forget myself. You have no medical degree, so you doubtless have not read it. Mayhap if I ask George nicely...
Sir, let us consult the stars and see if they may tell us what ails you.
Treat me for the spotted fever. Mugg suffers from hypochondria induced by the appearance of benign pimples on the privy member. Mercury, this suggests hypochondria. Venus in detriment in Scorpio, this suggests a mild imbalance of phlegm. Nope. He's explicitly telling us it's a spotted fever. So Mugg is troubled with evil digestion. This indicates a mild imbalance of yellow bile color. Nope. Mugg has the spotted fever. The sun falling in Libra. This suggests the illness is chronic but intermittent. I mean, he said treat us for the spotted fever, so that's what we'll do.
You do indeed suffer from the spotted fever, Mr. Mugg. Now, as to your cure. Aye, it does require some uncommon ingredients that I do not keep here in my chambers at present. A moment, pray, while I write this down. Here, take this recipe to your apothecary and have him make you up a preparation. Take a spoonful each morning until your red spots disappear.
Oh, ground up horns of a deer. And cinnamon, how very fine. And this red coral from the South Seas.
Aye, verily. Nothing but the finest of cures for my loyal querents.
It is just as well for us that I did consult Mr. Cogan's book, is it not, Dr. Foreman? On my word, my wife was very wrong to doubt him. I shall tell her you said so. One thing more, if you please, Dr. Foreman, for I feel I must give ye warning. A great storm is coming. I feel it in my bones, and my bones do always speak true. You would do well to bide indoors at the first sign of wind and rain. God keep ye well, Dr. Foreman.
Thanks, dude. The querent did present with red spots and involuntary upward purging. I did diagnose my first case of the spotted fever and prescribe the treatment for it as listed in one of my reference books. Methinks the querent was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Now that common folk know how to read, we shall soon have no more need of doctors. Oh, Mr. Mugg.
Almighty God, guide servant Thomas Black, reach forth thy gracious hand, and slap sense into him.
Okay, I do not have a great track record with this guy, so I do not know why he keeps coming to me.
Good morrow, Dean Blagg. How fare you this day?
Well, Dr. Foreman, I must own that I do not fare well, for my recent investments have left me in a rather vexing financial position.
Verily, that is ill to hear.
Aye, Sir Walter Raleigh's quest for El Dorado failed most woefully. His ships did return with naught but a few sacks of worthless root vegetables. I cannot fathom it. We are Englishmen. We do not eat vegetables. I do wish you had forewarned me, Foreman.
Dang it.
Indeed, 'tis a pity the stars were not more forthcoming.
Oh, but that is all by the by, for you will be pleased to know that I put my remaining fortune into a new venture so assured of success that I will make all my money back and more.
Assured, you say? How very reassuring.
I have invested in an expedition to intercept a fleet of Spanish ships carrying gold back from the New World. For this expedition, Sir Walter Raleigh will be joined by that famous military genius, Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, so success is virtually guaranteed. There is but one small worry, however.
Ah, only one?
Aye. 'Tis that Raleigh and Essex set sail full 2 months past, but there is yet no tidings of them. Such silence is a trifle vexing. Have they yet captured the Spanish treasure ships? Surely no ill has befallen them.
A most vexing mystery indeed. Let us see whether the stars can tell us what has become of this expedition.
Will my invest it in an expedition to capture Spanish treasure ships pay off? And I have mixed feelings about my patients interacting and like mingling with one another right now, because obviously they're gonna talk smack. Because I just remember whenever I did this, I did very horribly that episode. Angels will vest their blessings upon Blog, but he must be patient. Saturn, this represents time and aging. Blog is a lazy fantasist who indulges in excess of creative thinking. True. Mercury, this suggests creativity. Venus in detriment in Scorpio, this indicates laziness. A violent battle is being waged in a foreign clime. Mars falling in Cancer, this suggests violence. Blood is being shed. God has granted Blag good intuition. Neptune, this represents instinct. How are these related? The moon shines as benevolent light upon the Blag family fortune. The moon, this represents domesticity. The expedition has been endangered by secret information from an untrustworthy authority. Untrustworthy? How dare the stars throw shade upon my honor thus? My skill in reading navigational coordinates in the stars is unimpeachable. Yeah, we were kind of rushed, Simon. The sun falling in Libra, this represents an untrustworthy authority. Blag has been careless with his financial legacy, yep. Jupiter in detriment in retrograde, this indicates a reversal due to carelessness. And Raleigh and Essex are sailing their ships in the wrong direction and will suffer a reversal of fortune. Uranus in retrograde, this represents a reversal in fortune. Pluto in retrograde, this is just a backward transformation. Well, this has been true through and through. I'm gonna invest in this, and this, and this. Honestly, got such a terrible track record with this guy. I've not once given him a positive reading. So I don't really care. So I'm just going to go for this.
Bad tidings for your family's fortune, I fear. The Earl of Essex and Sir Walter Raleigh did sail their fleet into the middle of nowhere, with not a Spanish treasure ship in sight. It would seem their geographical information was at fault, having been obtained from a most unreliable and untrustworthy authority.
Truly? I am ruined. Zoons! My goose is cooked. Mistress Blarg will have me baked into pies.
The querent did wish to know whether his investment in an expedition to capture Spanish gold would pay off. I did advise the querent that the expedition is a failure. Methinks the querent took my advice a little ill. Like, bro, I don't even care anymore. If I get to 0, can I just not see you again? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Spare my wife the news of my wretched penury.
Why must this wench act so distressed? Mayhap she can't abide a jest. No welcome love and his professed. What an ungrateful lady! What an ungrateful lady!
Hey, now, I don't appreciate you calling my girl Amelia an ungrateful lady. She is a powerful female figure in her time period, and you will not throw shade at her.
Good day, Mistress Lanier. Pray, come in and take comfort by the fire. The wind is fierce and cold this day.
Did you see him this time, Dr. Foreman? He did it again. He ran off the moment he saw me.
See who, madam?
Your patient, Signor Ferraro.
Ah, verily? Indeed, I was expecting him to come for a consultation this day. But he changed his mind and ran off, you say? Huh, how very mysterious.
Truly, 'tis as if all men are determined to use me ill.
Surely not all men, madam. I, for one, remain most devotedly at your service. My dear lady, I do not need to read the stars to see that something grave has befallen you. Pray, tell me what it is.
Yesterday I did meet with Mr. Shakespeare to discourse upon our new play, which is to open this week at the theatre in Shoreditch. But though I was determined not to confront him about the sonnets he wrote about me, 'twas difficult to hide the heaviness I did feel in his company.
I can well imagine, madam.
So then, well, he remarked upon my dark humour. To wit, he said to me, Amelia, your pretty brow does furrow, so I will kiss it smooth.
And I sense that you did not receive this well?
Indeed, I did not. Forsooth, I was so enraged by this, I reversed my flagon of ale full over his head.
Ah.
Whereon he rose from his stool, declaring I was the most ungrateful and unworthy wench in all of Christendom, and then he flew out of the tavern like a bat from out the gates of hell.
A most vivid image, and no doubt most apt. Men who work in playhouses are prone to indulging in such melodrama, of course. Why so many ladies care for such men in preference of those employed in solid, stable professions, I shall never understand.
And if only that were all. For this morning I saw a bill advertising our play posted on a wall in my street. It bears his name and not mine.
Verily? Surely not. Mayhap there has been some error made.
Nay, Dr. Foreman, 'tis no error, for I rushed to the theatre to see what was amiss, but I was refused admittance. Indeed, the player who came to the door denied all knowledge of my collaboration on the play. Methinks Mr. Shakespeare is exacting his petty vengeance upon me for rejecting his sly suit by denying me credit for my work, and he means to deal with me by pretending I do not exist, as if I were a ghost. Or is it he who has become the ghost? In truth, I am not yet sure how that metaphor should work.
What monstrous perfidy! Pray tell me what I might do to punish this wretched scribbler. Though I am not adept with a sword, I do have a book that instructs in how to command nefarious spirits.
Oh, prithee, sir, I am come not in search of vengeance, but to seek answers. As you know, I have been ill-treated by my husband, and now I am betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare. Pray, read the stars and answer me this, Dr. Foreman. Will I ever be able to trust, even love, a man again?
Oh, Amelia. This is what I was worried about when she first introduced William Shakespeare as a character in her storyline. I was afraid that he would, like, steal from her, take credit for her work. And that's exactly what he's doing now. Because he felt that she owed him something. Oh, there's only one? Will I ever be able to trust or love a man again? Oh, there's so many, but there's only one option, so I have to pick this one. I wonder if I like different answers, tree branch down the line, and maybe if I'd picked something else earlier on, I'd have different scenarios. I mean, I'm sure I do. Amelia secretly wishes to commit adultery with a man of high intelligence. Mercury, this represents intelligence. Venus in detriment in Scorpio, this suggests adultery. Simon, no. No, you already got through one married woman. I am not gonna let Amelia get swayed by you. She's too strong. Amelia's friends have been unworthy of her confidence. The sun falling in Libra, this represents untrustworthiness. Amelia should give in to her true feelings. The moon, this suggests emotions. God rewards men who invest time in their friendships with comely women. Saturn, this represents the passing of time. Looks like he's dunking a basketball. The relationship betwixt Amelia and me is currently wrought by confusion. No, it is not, Simon. I've done everything to just like, okay, we've had Avis, we're done. We're done with this. Focus on your career, get your letters of recommendation, and get your medical license. Though you clearly do not deserve it. Neptune, this indicates confusion. Mistress Lanier is ignorant of the love she inspires, but her ignorance will be reversed. Jupiter in detriment and retrograde, this suggests hypocrisy. Amelia's literary legacy has been betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare, which is what I was afraid of to begin with, but I wanted to support her and let her chase her dreams. Mars falling in Cancer, this indicates treachery. And Amelia's present adversity may bring change and new life in the form of a child. Simon, no. If you try to bed this woman, I'm gonna be very upset with you. You're a terrible main character. Uranus in retrograde, this indicates a sudden change brought about by a reversal. And Pluto in retrograde, this suggests death being reversed. Well, as you can see, I've got no other options, so here we go.
To your question of whether there yet be a man in this world worthy of your trust and affections, forsooth, I have never seen an arrangement of stars that speaks so clearly.
Verily? Then pray tell, what answer does it give?
My dear lady, the answer you seek need not be divined by reading the stars. It may be read in the signs you see before you now. To wit, the answer you seek is right in front of you.
I am afeard I do not follow, Dr. Foreman. 'Tis your feather quill, a half-eaten apple, your desk is a little untidy, and I must confess the symbolism in Flemish still-life painting has always quite confounded me. Take a skull, for instance. What sense does a skull make alongside a bowl of... Below? 'Tis clear to me now, your face was always hid in shadow, but 'tis you, Mr. Foreman. You are the man who has been prowling me these last months.
Dearest, loveliest Amelia, allow me to profess to you my
Simon,
undying
no.
admiration for your charms, which are not insignificant.
God's womb et tu, Dr. Foreman. Fie, you of all men to betray me thus. But 'tis true. I now see the answer. For I know now never again to trust a man to guide me. Henceforth, I shall write under my own name, and when there are decisions to be made, I shall take my own counsel and make my own judgments. By the by, methinks I do at last understand that prediction you made for me some years ago, Dr. Foreman. The one about how belief is required if I am to succeed. 'Tis a belief I must hold not in the inevitability of my own personal success, but of the successes of the women who will come after me. Farewell, Dr. Foreman, and clean your desk. Verily, 'tis quite disgusting.
Oh my gosh, Amelia, you are my favorite character. I love you, girl. She's an independent woman who don't need no man. And headcanon, I want her and Avis to become friends. So they can talk shit about Simon. Because he is literally, like, I was pretty convinced, like, oh, it's just her husband being a violent, stalky drunk. But if it was literally Simon, I am shocked. You are a terrible human being, and I am gonna root for this woman until the end of the game. She is gonna set the stage for women and generations to come, and you're not gonna stop her. You go, girl. The querent did wish to know whether she will ever trust or love a man again. I did advise the querent that I was a man whom she could love and trust. Screw you, Simon. Methinks the querent took my advice most ill. I don't care if you... It could be the last time we see her. We're on number 6. So we finished her route. We women will achieve equal treatment, even if it takes us 100 years. It'll take a lot longer than that. And then some. But dang it, girl. You are the real MVP of this game for me. You are my favorite character. I didn't know what to think of you when I first saw you, but by the end of it, dang it, you are a powerful, independent, creative woman. And gosh, you're my favorite. I don't think I could love any other character in this game. I mean, I haven't seen William yet, but Amelia, you are ranking number 1 for me. You go, girl. This was a satisfying conclusion for this character. I'm gonna be real. Mail. Sir, I must thank you for your diligent care of my husband, Nicholas. Your efforts to disabuse him of his fanciful notions are much appreciated by his family. Please continue to speak true to him, that he may one day come to his senses and peace may be restored to our household. Your querent's long-suffering wife, Sarah Mugg.
Lancelot Moore is of a great house. Much does depend, much, on his choice of a spouse. He must be well, to consecrate wealth, no matter the cost, to love and to have.
Hello, Mr. Lancelot.
Good day to you, young sir, and well met. You are Lancelot Moore of Middlesex, are you not? What an honour it is to welcome a son of the great house of Moore to my humble consulting chambers.
'Tis indeed I, Lancelot Moore. I will own it. But hear this. My family is ignorant of my designs in coming here, and I wish them to remain so. Which is why I come to you, Mr. Foreman, for methinks you are not such a man who would ever find himself in the company of a family such as ours.
Ah, well, you may count upon my discretion, Mr. Moore. And what is the matter that brings you this day?
'Tis that my family wish me to marry my wretched cousin Barbara.
And I take it you would not wish to comply?
Nay, I verily would not. Cousin Barbara is a vile little minx. She loves nothing more than to sport with me and play cruel japes. Last Christmas, she even hid a dead mouse in my mince pie.
The lady does seem most spirited.
The lady? Oh, pish! Cousin Barbara is hardly a lady, for she is not 14 years of age. It is most unnatural to ask a grown man to wed a child.
Indeed it is. 'Tis my belief that in these enlightened times we should consider...
Verily, Barbara be damned. My heart belongs to a true woman, not a freckled, scrawny slip of a girl. A full-blossomed woman.
A woman, you say?
Aye. Marion, my other cousin.
I see.
Ah, Marion. So beguiling are her shapely charms. Oh, to lie, if not to die, in Marion's arms. So soft her lips, so sweet her face. Oh, how I yearn for her embrace. In me she hath such passion stirred, a fever rises in my... But nay, I pray for death, and would be martyred if from her I be thus parted. And so you see, you must help me forestall this wretched marriage, so that I might wed my sweet cousin Marion. Mr. Foreman? Mr. Foreman?
Yes, indeed. Let us see what the stars advise. How might Mr. Moore avoid this marriage to his cousin Barbara?
Ugh, there's a lot to unpack here. If Moore spreads a rumor about... No. The marriage plans will be abruptly cancelled. Uranus in retrograde. Pluto in retrograde. Oh, I hate this. This house suggests Barbara is with child. She may not be as chaste as she seems. This represents a false pie. No, bro. An appeal to Moore's vanity may induce him to travel abroad. The sun falling in Libra. This suggests Moore's vain. Yep. Moore will be able to extract himself from this engagement once he has come of age and has control over his fortune. Saturn, this represents the passing of time and aging. Moore should betray his family by serving his country. He should go to war. Mars falling in Cancer, this represents treachery through war. That's an option. Barbara is secretly unhappy about the marriage. The Moore in detriment in Capricorn, this represents an unhappy woman, most likely Barbara. God's aid will come via cousin Barbara, who is both intelligent and rebellious. Mercury, this represents intelligence. Venus in detriment in Scorpio, this suggests a rebellious female Barbara. And what does Moore's intuition tell him about this marriage? Therein lies the key to unraveling his engagement. Neptune, this represents intuition. Sure, let's go with this one.
It is apparent you do not wish to marry your cousin Barbara, but have you considered whether she wishes to marry you?
Nay, but I cannot think why she would not want to marry me. I am exceeding eligible.
Aye, doubtless you are, Mr. Moore. But do you not think her unkind japes may indicate she harbours some degree of malice towards you?
Mayhap you are right. I did find a toad in my bed Thursday last. 'Tis as if Barbara were possessed by a demon.
Very possibly. And thus possessed, she may be distracted and not wholly aware of your, fine qualities. I advise you to simply bide your time, for the stars suggest she is a cunning maid who plans to thwart the marriage using a method of her own devising.
Verily? Then I will leave it all to Barbara, as you advise. But it shall be on your head if I'm forced to marry her, Mr. Foreman.
All right, everyone. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Astrologaster. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the series, and let me know if you are also an Amelia Lanier stan. Catch you next time. Bye.